Hey, 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 hey.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. Shout out Casual, shout out Rory. That's the one perk. If you do sub to us on YouTube, you can let us know when we get in the waiting room. You can see how long we're waiting. You can yell at us in the comments as you're waiting for us to get in. But it's Daily Bread on this beautiful Friday. We've just about made it through the work week. We got a lot of weekend action coming up with paid for play tomorrow morning. Sunday morning quarterback, Sunday morning plus Daily Bread tomorrow morning as well. So you'll be seeing a lot of our faces. But for today, thank you, Andrew. But for today, we got the MLB. We'll start it off with first. Then we'll jump into the Premier League action. And then we'll wrap it up with some college football. Why does Dab2136 Sosa owe you an apology?
Oh, why do I owe him an apology? Because he's a Washington football team fan. He's a Washington football team fan. We did a pod last night. You can check it out. It's the pinned tweet on my Twitter.
Gotcha. I didn't know he was one of the pod members. Nice.
Late night last night with the West Coast Cats. Check it out. Deep Thirds podcast. A lot of football knowledge, and there's some free NFL picks on there for me. Some analysis on some of the games. They're some of my official picks for the week. That's already on there. So if you guys want to hop on there, listen to real good discussion with some people that know what the fuck they're talking about, just like us. Make sure you guys are checking out Deep Thirds podcast. Fire content. They're just getting started. So,
yes, sir. And as usual, Sosa, you want to shout out Pick City today as I finish up the Twitter link?
Absolutely, man. Shout out to Pick City. They always got our backs. They know what's up. We they, like I said, they always promo our work. Like I said, you can get my packages on there if you want. But obviously, the idea behind what we do here is to get the best knowledge to the people for free. And if you like what you get here, then want to spend some more money on some even more selective and direct data, hit me up. But also, Pick City has a bunch of other cappers who also specialize in other sports, DFS, stuff like that. Spin Doctor's on there, King Picks is on there, Manny is on there. Just to name a few guys that I really rock with. Go Get 'em Sports. He's a good dude, too. Trying to make sure I don't miss out anybody. Cleveland Picks as well. All those guys. Good money. Always takes care of the people. But yeah, let's get into it, man. Obviously, baseball is kind of become like it's fallen off as far as like betting it at a heavy rate. There's a few looks that I have, but I'm not. I'm veering towards football. Obviously, that's my baby. That's where I make the majority of my money at this time of year. And when the playoffs start, then we can really go crazy.
Yes, sir. And as usual, live on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. So make sure to be giving us that like and subscribe on YouTube, Sosa. But let's get into what baseball game we are starting off with today.
Oh man, we're gonna start off today with those Toronto Blue Jays. Hot against Pineda. I'm not worried about him. It's more of this Blue Jays team is rocking. They're trying to make that surge. They're trying to be that team that gets in last second. That's I like them on the run line today, -1.5, and I like their team total. So I'm not only backing them to win, I'm expecting Ryu to pitch well, and I'm expecting them to win the game outright by more than 2 runs. The team total is currently priced at over 5 at -122, and the run line is at -118. If you can combine them both on a same gamer, that would be the smartest move for me. It would get you up to +268 or +368. I'm sorry, on a same game parlay. So that's my first play of the day, or first two. I really do like this Toronto team. What are you? Are you rocking with baseball? Or are you just soccer and college football today?
We got one baseball play up. Yes, sir. I was happy. I was hoping Dar was up in here. Someone was shouting him out. Don't want to jinx anything. We got 20 minutes left in the match, but we had a spaces earlier today. So best of luck to you guys there. The baseball action, Sosa. Phillies, first 5, run line, -110.
How'd I know you? How'd I know you would back Wheeler today? First 5 run line
Returning.
against Castillo. The price is at what is it? Plus money, plus 100.
What, for the first half? I got a -110 on my book. That's why I locked it in
Oh,
at.
I'm on the wrong game. My bad. Against Taiwan Walker. I'm tripping. I was looking at a completely different game. First 5 price. What was the price you got?
-110.
I'm with you 100%. Let's roll. Obviously it's Wheeler. That's why you're betting here. I'm guessing that's the majority of your angle.
That's why we're going first 5, not the full game. I mean, that Phillies game was fucking nuts last night. You got 7.5 total here, down 7-0, 117-8. Yeah, that's just the Phillies way. Walker, past 3 starts, 7.16 ERA. Sure, he does pitch a little bit better at the crib, but he's been getting shelled in his last 3 starts, only making it 16 innings, giving up 5, 6, and 2 runs in his last 3. So the Phillies bats, sure, they put up 17. Let's not get too cold. Let's get through the first 5.
Oh man. Yeah, like I said, I'm in complete concordance with that. Like you mentioned, the pitching is what it is. Taiwan just looks tired, bro. He's fatigued. You know what I mean? He's run out of gas at the end of the year. He's never pitched as many innings in his career. It makes sense. It makes sense as to why he's been performing so poorly.
Yep, and the last time he made his first return to the Mets, Phillies won. He went 7 innings scoreless, gave up 4 hits. So maybe he already got all the adrenaline start out of him, but we still are expecting a good spot in the place he's extremely comfortable in.
And I am going to blindly bet the Boston Red Sox team total of over 6 against Aiken, however you pronounce his name. It doesn't matter who starts for Boston. They're going to score a ton of runs against Baltimore. Baltimore is ass. Fucking trash. Keep an eye on that Toronto game. The bet is off if Ryu's not the pitcher. Based on what I'm seeing, he's the guy. But obviously, always pay attention to that because there are a lot of books who lock the games based on pitching matchups, and you will lose your money or get your money back instead of winning the game, even if they do win your bet. So be real careful with that. You have to bet San Francisco Giants with Logan Webb on the mound. Coming off a loss in a game that they need. 90-plus wins, only a game and a half up in their division. Man, it's a tough spot for me. I think Atlanta shows up and plays well. It's a tough one for me.
J.O. Vids, we'll definitely get to that one. We'll pin that, get back to that one.
So that would be – I mean, it's a tough play. It's a stay away from me, bro. I really can't give you too much information on that. I'm not – I don't know what to expect from the Giants at this point. They're in a place where they've clinched the playoffs. They want to win the division, but they have a lot of players that need rest. So they're caught in a very, very, very interesting spot because they know the Dodgers are right there. They made the playoffs, but do they continue to just keep the foot on the gas and try to win the division, or do they start letting some guys get some rest here in time for the playoffs? They're doing construction next door. What the fuck? Give me 1 second.
You're all good. We can't hear it. You're still on mute talking now.
My bad. That's just my take on the Giants. Obviously, they're a very good team. They've played great all season. It hasn't been any surprise to anyone how good they've been once they actually, became consistent. There's nothing for me on that one. I will, however, be betting on the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight. Team total combined with the money line if you can get it on a parlay, but their team total tonight with Walker Buehler on the mound going up against Castillo. The Dodgers team total over 4.5 against Castillo. Cash me out. Meet you at the window. That's easy. Dodgers first 5 run line. Wouldn't touch it. Over under 5. I got the team total over 5. They're expecting Buehler to obviously be good. I was just watching this too. If Scherzer could steal the Cy Young from him,
You definitely can at this point.
Scherzer's been undefeated since he put on a Dodger uniform and has an ERA under 0.9. So Buehler, if Buehler wants the Cy Young tonight, he's got to come out and pitch a gem. I mean, he's battling with his teammate now for the Cy Young. What Max Scherzer's been doing since he put on a Dodger uniform has been insane. It's been absolutely ridiculous, for real. So with Buehler on the mound, I like them to, obviously like the Dodgers on the run line at minus 102. But again, it's Castillo versus Buehler. You know what you're going to get from Buehler on the mound. So that's my play in the Dodger game, and I have one more play, and it's my last baseball play. I'm not going to overkill it with baseball today. There's no reason to, and that is no runs first inning in the Tigers Tampa Bay game.
That's the nerfy of the day that we're rocking with.
At minus 115, Tigers, Rays, no runs first inning, minus 115. Let's lock it in. Also, if you guys ever tail picks on the show, hey man, just post a ticket and tag all the books that have under 20 followers. All right, I'm done. It's my last. I had to put that out there.
You're done trolling now?
I had to put that out there. Lord. As a captain.
I never cash out my bets early.
I'm not hey man, we don't cash out over here. Fuck that. I don't really do. I also don't. That's the What's Up Friday. Make sure you guys drop him a follow and a subscribe on YouTube, Frenzy Sports. He always has good takes. But yeah, what was I saying? Let's get into what are we on to? Soccer. We're on to college football, right? Or are we doing soccer? College football. We're on to college football.
Yeah, supposedly there's people can hear some chirping. There's a shit ton of, I don't know, bugs going on outside my crib today, but we'll power through it. So today's college football slate, we'll touch on both of them. To start it off, we'll go with UCF traveling to Louisville today. And we got a total of 67 sitting out here. Think it's a little high, but this is a game where the value or the numbers projections say that it's probably going to go under. But after watching Louisville's defense, I mean, we got lucky on that last cash on that under that came through for us when we backed them. And there's nothing that I want to be doing it with on this one. UCF, I mean, if you just see their pace of play, they lead the nation in that. They're the quickest of the no-huddle offense and just snapping it within 10 to 15 seconds. And that's just something that the Louisville defense is very susceptible to. And we saw the teams move the ball and will against them. There's no reason that UCF shouldn't be able to do it tonight. I saw a question on the first half in the game, laying the 3.5 hook. Not one of my plays, but you could be rocking with it. You did not miss any soccer action yet. The Louisville team total under, I do like that angle a little bit more, but the one way that the Louisville team total can go over here is the only advantage that they hold in a position ranking group in this game is the offensive line. Louisville does recruit the line here, but at every other point, UCF severely outranks them, especially with UCF's defensive line. It basically is on par with their offensive line for Louisville. So what we got to see is Jalen Mitchell going to be getting the holes and the gaps, and I don't think that's going to be happening here. I think we see a game that ends in the low 60s, so no official play on the under here, but laying the 7 on the road is tough. Sosa, what do you got before I give out my play on this one?
Well, man. But when I look at this game, the thing that screams to me is I believe the game goes over. I think both teams move the ball pretty well. Also, we know matchups make fights. I don't expect a ton of defense. Just like you said, pace of play will dictate how UCF plays. Also, when a team operates that fast, the over is never out of question.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can score real quick or they can get the ball back real quick. And then the other team can score fast because their defense is trash. So I like the over. I think that's the play in the game. You said 60. It's at 67 again, correct?
Yes, it's 67 flat.
Yep, I like that. That's at -110. Yep, that would be my only play. I want to do the UCF team total, but because they looked really good. They look really good offensively. They can pass the ball. I didn't know the quarterback could run like that because he was never asked to when Heupel was the coach to really run the rock. But the over is the play for me in this one, over 67. What are you on for tonight?
Yeah, there's not a chance in hell that I'm backing an under in this game. As much as the numbers and the projections are telling me that's the right side, this is a game where it doesn't matter what the line's setting at, because the back five or even the back seven of UCF isn't very strong. Cunningham is going to be able to make the plays, sure. He does have a little bit of a cannon, but not your most accurate down the field passer. So that's just kind of where both teams should be being able to move the ball at will. We're going to be rocking a first half team total here because I want to get in and out with my money tonight, even though the second half with the adjustments, that's kind of where I like this game a lot from a live betting perspective. Really don't give out that many live bets on Twitter. Might start doing it more often. I just know it moves insanely quick. If you're not doing it at halftime, it's impossible to get. But UCF over 19.5 points, -110 is how we're starting it off. They're going to get 3 touchdowns in the first half.
I love it, man. I love it. Let's get it. Let's get to it. I'm with you 100% on that. Obviously, the over is the play for me, so everything supports that. Let's get it. I believe they put up 20, 26, 27 plus. I agree with that 100%.
All right. Second college football game we got tonight. Maryland going to Illinois once again. Road team laying a flat 7. Total 61.5 here, so we get a little bit of lower. And once again, man, I hate when a team's laying 7 on the road in the last game that we're talking about. UCF is considerably outranked for Louisville, but these two teams, Maryland, it's not as big of a gap, but it's still a decent gap with the Dirty Terps being better. But the Illinois skill players in the Illinois line is the offensive line, not the defensive line. That's the one thing I really like in it because Maryland's offensive line so far has been pretty putrid. So that's the one thing where if there's a live dog tonight, I think it could come in the Illini because Taliva, he's been balling out. That Maryland offense, I don't want to say it's exceeding expectations, but they can't be stopped right now. It's kind of tonight is the night do they prove that this is going to be a high caliber wild offense that we haven't seen from Maryland in a long time, or do they finally come back down to earth here? So that's where at the high total here once again. Projections say it's going to go under, but I think it soars over once again.
So the over's the play.
I haven't locked that in yet. It's just there's so much hype around this Maryland offense. I just really think they lay a fat egg tonight.
Wow. They can't handle expectation. That's crazy. I'm with y'all, man. Oh no, I'm scared. I fuck with Tua's little brother. But that's a tough one for me, man, to be totally honest. I think the game goes over, but I totally agree also that there's a lot of hype and that can lead to a lot of like disappointing results.
And like this Illini team, they've been not an impossible team to read, but they go in and take care of Nebraska week 1. Then they go and not lay an egg, but they lose to UTSA, and then they get romped by UVA. So that's where this is like 100% or not 100%, but you're getting the bottom. This is a buy low spot, sell high on Maryland if you're into that type of thought process or betting like that. So I'm just going to I'm on a Illini in some way in this one. Don't tell my Uncle Mark because he'll be pissed as shit at me because he was a lineman at Maryland. But the Illini at the +7, Sosa, that's the first look, or do we just want to take them on the first half? The first half is +4. which way are we liking better here? I'm kind of liking the +4 first half because I think Maryland just better coaching. I think they'll make adjustments at halftime. Talia gets them rolling. So first half +4 -110.
That's a tough one. You ain't lying. Yeah, I'm with you. +4. Like you said, at home, come out with good energy, get on the board, maybe get a couple of stops, and in the second half, the Maryland talent just takes over and they win the game. That would be my my lean as well.
Yep. So Peters, don't screw it up until the second half, please, for us tonight. I don't know, man. Just with a quarterback with Tulua's versatility can always save a bad offensive line, but they have the 85th to 80th to 85th ranked offensive line overall. That's just kind of where that's going to bite you in the end at some point. You got lucky in the first two, and I just think West Virginia isn't that great. Look forward to that play tomorrow on Paid for Play. Now that's how you do it.
Paid for Play tomorrow, 10 a.m. on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Oh, 61.5, maybe too high for those Maryland receivers are something. A couple of pros on that team for sure.
I was about to say that's kind of your back and forth right there is that this Maryland offense is something that's not usually looking like.
Facts. But yeah, man, I'm over here like trying to stay still. My fucking allergies are murdering me right now.
You're all good. We can run through the Premier League real quick to wrap it up. I'll give my thoughts on the one Serie A match as well. With this Leeds United and Newcastle match today, have you seen a single person on Newcastle yet?
Not one. Every single person has told me Leeds. Every single one. Every single one. Don't tell me you're going the other way.
I haven't done it yet, but that's kind of exactly where I'm at in this match. Just because, I mean, both of these teams are at the bottom of the table currently. I expect Leeds to get their way up a little bit. I don't expect Newcastle. And the biggest reason why I've stayed off backing Newcastle so far is because Callum Wilson doesn't look to be in their 18 today because of an injury. Yeah, that's where I just think this Leeds side and Newcastle, we were talking about it. I think the styles that match up for this one. We know what Leeds is going to do. They're going to leave themselves vulnerable at the back pretty much. They've allowed the team to can score every match so far in this one. So that's where exactly Jay Will's vids. Both teams to score seems easy. That's why it's priced all the way at like -180. The people in our spaces earlier were talking about the both teams to score in over 2.5. I think that's a solid angle as well. So this is kind of where, all right, the people want it.
Do it.
Newcastle, money line. We're not even taking the Asian handicap, +202.
Big sweat, big sweat, big sweat, big sweat, big sweat. Whew. He's on the other side completely, y'all. You heard it here first on Daily Bread.
Let's see how it works out for me. It could be a pile of mud real quick, but I'm hoping my boy Miggy, they show up for me tonight. Let's go. We're going to rock that. It's just basically fading the pure public at this point. And when you're just looking at the matches, traveling to Newcastle isn't something that most clubs do well. Sure, the head-to-heads between these two clubs, they've been spread out so far, other than when Newcastle's came down to the Ship or when both teams are usually in the Ship. But Leeds, they've only won once since 2002 at Newcastle, and that was with no fans last season. So that's where I just kind of think it's a different environment. We're going to be backing the home hungry dog.
That's why you show up for Daily Bread, for factuals like that. Say that stat one more time.
I mean, they don't play that frequently just because of the divisions and everything like that. But last season they won at Leeds. There's no fans. You can have what you want in soccer. But past that, Leeds hasn't won at Newcastle since 2003, February 2nd, 2003 to be exact.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, we don't want to buy followers.
DM me. Oh, man, that's funny.
So we're going to be rocking the other way of this one. Tread lightly, taking the underdog money line. I'm rocking a full unit on it. But you guys do what you want on this one. The Serie A match, real quick, just to wrap up the show. No bet on it with Sassuolo hosting Torino here. I like backing Sassuolo a lot. Torino is a club that's going to be always sitting at the – it's just two teams kind of sitting right at the middle of the pack of each other. Both teams will score. The over will probably hit. No strong feels in this one. It's a Friday Serie A match. That's why you got the over 3, a little bit juiced here. Sassuolo's dropping on the money line. I'm just going to wait for lineups. They're coming out in 15 minutes, but no official play.
15 minutes.
We love you guys for tapping in with us.
Appreciate you.
We do this, guys, for you. That's why when we do our spaces, we want to be hearing from you guys today. Sosa and I barely talked in our spaces other than going back at the points you got. We appreciate all you guys tapping in with us. Throw us a like if you're on YouTube.
Subscribe.
Got a packed ass weekend. You guys want to I'll recap my plays real quick. Phillies, run line, first 5. UCF, team total, over 19.5. Illinois, first half, +4. And I'm rocking the Newcastle money line.
Toronto Blue Jays, run line. Toronto Blue Jays, team total, over 5. Boston Red Sox, team total, over 5 or over 6, and the Dodgers on the run line and the team total for the Dodgers as well. And I also said the Nerfy in the Detroit Tigers Tampa Bay Rays game. Those are the plays for today.
Yeah, definitely be making sure you tune in to Sunday Morning Quarterback. See me and Sosa be chirping at each other.
Sunday morning quarterbacks.
Probably be the first time we were mean to each other. It'll probably be Sunday during the stream.
Best Sunday morning gambling show you're gonna get. If you don't believe me, go to Sunday's episode, rewatch it, and tell me if you have any issues with how many winners we gave out, because it was an extraordinarily beautiful list. I'm extremely happy with everyone. Jammer bets, Goose, Anand, King Picks. Daryl wasn't on their first episode. He'll be on there this week. Spin Doctor, That Sports Guy. Who you got? Now you got to help me remember everyone before we get off.
Bro, there's too many. Michelle, Steven, Anad, Pacchiari.
Makari, my man from Detroit. Michael from LA. Eddie from LA.
So I got a question for you and all of our viewers before you guys tap out. Vitamin water. What's your color? What's your flavor?
I don't drink vitamin water, but my girl loves it. She loves the XXX, the acai berry one. She loves that. That's her thing. You know, I'm big on the coconut water. If you guys do drink coconut water, get you guys some Harmless Harvest. It's actually pink because it's actually natural. When you don't do anything to coconut water, it turns pink.
Yes. You know, we always talk about the big stuff at the end. The XXX makes it all look like we're now in a Daily Bread After Dark stream. But
shout out 50 Cent. Shout out 50 Cent, right? Like, is that was when the XXX came out. I was like, oh shit, 50 Cent's drinking it? All right, I'm in. Oh man.
I don't know, man. I always try to get a little bit at the end. We appreciate you guys. I hope you like making fun of us. Always give us shit in the comments. And yeah, tweet at us if you're rocking with us.
Sunday
Let
morning.
us know if you're fading us.
Paid for play tomorrow. Paid for play college sports hour tomorrow, 10 a.m. Make sure you guys are locked in. The best of the best the next 2 days. The greatest weekend shows of all time. Okay, Bet, I'm done.
Yeah, it's Daily Bread. We'll be live right before it for your soccer and baseball action for tomorrow. But Daily Bread After Dark at 1:50 on a Friday. We're out.